entrepreneurship. After 3.5 years of operations, I'm happy to report that the center has been able to achieve the key performance indicators which are set for us in the areas of job creation, occupancy, support for digital ventures, training in digital skills, strategic partnerships, impact sourcing programs, and hosting of major tech events and programs like we are having now. For the next month, we'll be hosting you for this year's Cybersecurity Awareness Month program. Our economy is being transformed into a digital economy, thanks to the efforts of government and other stakeholders. The digital economy, however, faces several cyber threats and risks. Cybersecurity solutions and measures like this awareness program are therefore necessary to protect and secure the digital economy to enable us to reap the full benefits of the ongoing digital transformation to achieve economic growth and development. This is why we are excited to partner the National Cybersecurity Center by providing our infrastructure to host this year's Awareness Month and the launch of the Child Online Protection Reporting Portal. We believe this collaboration will be a long-lasting one, which will contribute significantly towards efforts at securing our cyberspace and strengthen the trust and confidence citizens have in the digital space. The next few days are going to be about workshops, seminars, and sessions on the various cybersecurity issues with technology, industry players, and other stakeholders actively taking part. I wish all of us a fruitful deliberation in the various sessions we are going to have. In the end, we hope to collectively build a trustworthy digital economy that will safeguard our future prosperity. Welcome once again and have a productive Awareness Month. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, Eric Ofosun-Kansah, the MD for the Accra Digital Center. May I now have the honor to introduce to you the dignitaries on the high table here. I'll start from my far right. Representing the U.S. Embassy in Ghana, we have here with us Mr. Christopher Lamora. Welcome, sir. We also have Madame Anne-Claire Dufay, the country rep of UNICEF in Ghana here. Welcome. Then we have Deputy Minister of Communications, Alexander Keke Aban, and MP for Gomwa West. Welcome, sir. Next to him is the Honorable Minister for Gender, Children, and Social Protection, Honorable Cynthia Mamley Morrison. Welcome, Madam. MP for Gomwa West. I left that one out, forgive me. Then we have Dr. Albert Nkipo-Siako, the National Cybersecurity Advisor, as well as we just heard from, and Albert is not an MP yet, as far as I know. This is Kofi Ofosun-Kansah, the MD for the Accra Digital Center, who just addressed us. But why are we here and why this theme? Obviously, because of COVID-19, we can just assume that, but what really is the reason for choosing that theme now, and what kind of impact do we expect this to have on our national cybersecurity plans as you go ahead? To get into this, may I kindly call upon Dr. Albert Nkipo-Siako to kindly give us his remarks.
Deputy Minister for Communications and MP for Gomwa West, Honorable Alexander Kojo Kum-Aba, representing the Minister for Communications, the Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection, Honorable Cynthia Morrison, MP Aguma West, the country representative of UNICEF Ghana, Madame Anne-Claire Dufay, the Deputy Chief of the U.S. Embassy, Christopher Lamora, representing the U.S. Ambassador to Ghana, representative from the Internet Watch Foundation, members of the Technical Working Group, officers from the Ministry of Communications, friends from UNICEF, officers from the National Cybersecurity Center, industry representatives, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. A very good morning to all of you, and welcome to the 2020 edition of Ghana's National Cybersecurity Awareness Month. The decision to convene stakeholders in such an eminent gathering to discuss topical issues on cybersecurity, especially in the light of COVID-19, could not have come at a better time, considering how cyber-related issues have become a permanent discourse at the national, regional, and international levels. The World Bank in June 2020 edition of its Global Economic Prospect Report predicted a 5.2% reduction in global GDP in 2020, of course, as a result of COVID-19. Clearly, the pandemic has had devastating effects on individuals, on economies, and nations. And this has also given opportunity to criminal actors to undermine our digitalization efforts. Ladies and gentlemen, permit me at this point, Honorable Deputy Minister, to highlight some of the work that the National Cybersecurity Center has done since its establishment and how we are going to continue to work with relevant stakeholders to secure Ghana's digital ecosystem. Subsequent to the President's directive in July 2017 for the Ministry of Communications to oversee Ghana's cybersecurity development, we have been working very hard to achieve some key milestones towards securing or improving the state of our cybersecurity readiness. Ladies and gentlemen, the National Cybersecurity Center, by its history, started as a secretariat. Just myself and 2 national service personnel. The mandate was to develop Ghana's national institutional framework for the implementation of Ghana's cybersecurity initiatives. The implementation of this directive, Honorable Minister, led to the inauguration of the National Cybersecurity Interministerial Advisory Council and the establishment of the National Cybersecurity Technical Working Group to support policy development and implementation of cybersecurity initiatives in government, but also with the private sector. In 2018, ladies and gentlemen, the President, the National Cybersecurity Center was established based on the commitment made by His Excellency, the President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, at the opening of the 2017 edition of the National Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Since our former institutionalization, Ghana has achieved remarkable and enviable strides. Notably, the National Cybersecurity Center has led the review of Ghana's national cybersecurity policy and strategy, bringing it in line with international benchmarks. Once implemented, this document will act as a framework for Ghana's cybersecurity development. Additionally, the Ministry of Communication, through the National Cybersecurity Center, has drafted a cybersecurity bill. The bill, which has been presented to Cabinet, seeks to establish a regulatory framework for Ghana's cybersecurity development, consistent with the current trends and best practices across the globe. To facilitate international cooperation, Ghana has succeeded and also ratified 2 important conventions: the Convention on Cybercrime, also known as the Budapest Convention, and the African Union Convention on Cybersecurity and Personal Data Protection, also known as the Malabo Convention, becoming the 3rd country on the African continent to do so. Of course, we've also been collaborating with our international partners. UNICEF is one, the Security Governance Initiative with the US government, and the Council of Europe, among other institutions. Ladies and gentlemen, although efforts at the government and policy levels are important, we do not also underestimate the need to also engage and empower citizens to ensure that effort being put in place to create awareness around digital security practices. In view of this, the Ministry of Communication, through the Center, launched a 5-year National Cybersecurity Awareness Program, dubbed A Safer Digital Ghana, to create awareness on cybercrime and cybersecurity issues among children, the public, businesses, and government. Ladies and gentlemen, last year alone, this event saw us organize a regional sensitization program across all the 16 regions, where more than 40,000 senior high school students were trained. This feat was achieved through our collaborative engagement with UNICEF. UNICEF, we are grateful for the partnership. Ladies and gentlemen, the work of the National Computer Emergency Response Team has further been augmented by the launch of the Cybercrime Cybersecurity Incident Reporting Point of Contact, by the sector minister, Honorable Eslo Usweko, for exactly a year today, October 1st, 2019. The launch has helped to facilitate reporting of cybercrime and cybersecurity incidents by the public. As at the end of August 2020, the point of contact had recorded a total of 11,550 incidents. This is quite a high volume, and that has, of course, placed a lot of responsibilities on the officers working within the set. The point of contact are especially crucial as it will augment the Internet Watch Foundation's reporting portal, which will be launched today. I trust that there will be a significant increase in the use of the point of contact to report cybersecurity incidents and cybercrime cases. The National Computer Emergency Response Team of the NCSE has also produced a number of advisories, alerts, and provided guidance to parents, children, who needed certain guidance to make sure we prevent cyber fraud cases. Of course, that work is linked to the establishment of the Computer Emergency Response Team at the NCA and also the Security Operations Center at the Bank of Ghana to mediate incident response within the telecommunications sector and also the financial sector. Ladies and gentlemen, the launch of the IWF portal will go a step further in protecting our children online. I believe this will be another significant milestone in addition to all our modest achievements. It is expected that the IWF portal will be appropriately utilized to take down any illegal or inappropriate contents. Already, a lot of effort has been made in the area of child online protection with the drafting or revision of the Child Online Protection Framework. Ladies and gentlemen, all these efforts and strides we have made are not just witnessed nationally. Permit me once again just to highlight some few achievements in this area. Ghana's modest efforts are being recognized at the international level as our cybersecurity maturity has improved. Ghana's ranking on the International Telecommunications Union's Global Cybersecurity Index moved from a score of 0.32 in 2017 to 0.43 in 2018. The records are there, the data is there to actually verify. However, Ghana's cybersecurity readiness is also expected to reach an average of 50% maturity level by the end of this year, based on the data set that is used by the IT. Ghana has also been recognized for her cybersecurity development by international partners, including the Council of Europe, the World Bank, the World Economic Forum, UNICEF, ECOWAS Commission, among others. Indeed, it is on record the ECOWAS Commission has requested Ghana to lead cybersecurity efforts in the West African sub-region. In addition, Ghana was recently nominated to serve on the Independent Advisory Committee of the Global Internet Forum to Counter Terrorism. Ghana is the only African country contributing to such discussions to deal with terrorism being perpetrated using our digital platforms. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, whilst we have to be candid to admit that we haven't gotten there yet, as the journey is still a work in progress, I believe we equally have to be very honest in our recognition of these achievements, which are critical milestones, I consider, so that we can work together to build upon that. Essentially, political commitment under the leadership of His Excellency, the President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, is the most important determinant based on some of these milestones that we have achieved. Having the President lead national cybersecurity awareness creation for 2 consecutive years, 2017 and 2018, is something that no African country has witnessed. And I think we need to recognize that leadership of commitment. But most importantly, we have also been lucky, I must say, to have a champion of cybersecurity government in the person of the Honorable Minister for Communications, who has led the charge for Ghana's cybersecurity development. It is expected that the passage of the cybersecurity law into law will further consolidate our steady progression towards a truly secure country. To conclude, the effects of cyber attacks have undoubtedly imperiled individual safety and affected livelihoods and economies around the world. COVID-19 pandemic has especially demonstrated how reliant we are on ICTs. It is therefore imperative that the public is informed of the need to protect themselves during but also the post-pandemic era. That is why the National Cybersecurity Center has teamed this year's awareness campaign, Cybersecurity in the Era of COVID-19. We envision that this platform will help establish and strengthen people's knowledge on cybersecurity. Indeed, the time we are in means we have to become more astute in our work as a center. Despite the challenges that we have, human resource challenges, staffing challenges, and every challenge that most newly set up institutions have, I think we will live up to expectation to ensure that we secure Ghana's digital ecosystem. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is hoped that the Awareness Month will also continue to strengthen our formal and informal cooperation at the domestic but also international levels. And we look forward to work together and secure Ghana's digital journey. Honorable Minister, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Albert Siako, the National Cybersecurity Advisor, for your opening remarks. Next, may we kindly invite Madame Anne-Claire Dufay, Country Representative of UNICEF, to come give us her remarks.
Honorable Deputy Minister of Communication, Honorable Minister of Gender, Children and Social Protection, Chargé d'Affaires of the U.S. Embassy to Ghana, the Chief Director of the Ministry of Communication, the National Cybersecurity Advisor, the Managing Director of the Accra Digital Center, representatives from development partners, UN agencies, faith-based organizations, members of the media, good morning. It's an honor to represent UNICEF as we celebrate the 2020 National Cybersecurity Awareness Month this morning. It's indeed an auspicious occasion as we launch the Ghana Internet Watch Foundation reporting portal. Cybercrime is a real and present threat around the world. In the last few years, Ghana has seen a rapid increase in the use of mobile phones and internet. The number of mobile phones subscribers has increased from 19 million in 2017 to 40 million in 2020. The number of internet users has almost doubled from nearly 8 million in 2017 to 15 million today. As more children gain access to internet, the risk of experiencing violence, abuse, and exploitation online has become an unfortunate reality. Tragically, the number of reports related to child sexual abuse material being accessed or distributed or produced from Ghana has also been increasing rapidly over the past years. In 2016, the figure was only around 750. In 2019, this increased to 7,000 cases. So this is why UNICEF today welcomes very warmly Ghana's collaboration with the Internet Watch Foundation to establish a reporting mechanism for child sexual abuse imagery online. We would like to congratulate the Ministry of Communication, the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection, and the Ghana Police Service for all their efforts in protecting children. This is an important and timely development, especially in the context of the COVID-19 pandemic, as we know that many more children are using the internet and mobile phones. Ghana is one of the 43 countries to collaborate with the Internet Watch Foundation for the usage of this portal. So what does it mean? Well, such partnership will allow the country to remove images and videos of child sexual abuse in whichever country that they're hosted, where they're hosted in the world. This portal will complement other existing cybersecurity points of contact and will facilitate reporting of child sexual abuse materials online through an efficient international scheme of action. Now, in an increasingly digitalized era, the need to ensure a safe and protective environment for children has never been so critical. UNICEF therefore applauds the government of Ghana and partners for the pace of progress that we have seen over the past years. And I would like to mention just a few examples. Recently, we have been honored as UNICEF to support the inauguration of the first child protection digital forensic lab in West and Central Africa, in Ghana, at the police headquarters. This is a game changer in protecting children from pernicious acts of online abuse and violence, and it will also allow the Ghana Police Service to increase the rate of prosecutions. We have also seen the development of age-grade, gender-appropriate digital literacy package that will be used in schools. And we're hoping with the Ministry of Education that this will be integrated into the curriculum. And as it was mentioned by my friend earlier, Ghana has finalized a national child online framework. Let me also say that UNICEF has been very pleased to cooperate with the Ministry of Communication and the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection and the Ghana Police Service in raising awareness of children. So we have also been working with the Ministry of Education, as it was mentioned, to raise awareness of SHA students. So about 45,000 SHA students have been briefed about the risk related to internet use. And we have about 40,000 people who have engaged across the country in sessions facilitated by community facilitators. And of course, you're, I hope, all part of the GACA. What does GACA stand for? It stands for Ghanaians Against Child Abuse. If you're not a member, please join today, because this is an alliance, this is a movement that's important to make sure that we fight child abuse in Ghana. You have GACA available on Facebook, Twitter, and many other activities are organized at community level to prevent child abuse. As we mark this year's National Cybersecurity Awareness Month, I'd like to take this opportunity to reiterate the need for the government to ratify the optional protocol to the Convention on the Rights of the Child related to the sale of children, child prostitution, and child pornography. This would really further strengthen the protection of children in Ghana. It would be very timely to do it this year, as the government of Ghana is about to submit its next report on the status of implementation of the Convention on the Rights of the Child to the committee in Geneva. We want to make sure we have observed the recommendation from the committee. Honorable ministers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to express again UNICEF appreciation for the excellent collaboration we have enjoyed with the government of Ghana, but also with all the partners in putting children's safety at the forefront of the Ghana's digital journey. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madame Anne-Claire Dufay, the country rep of UNICEF in Ghana. Let me just reiterate that we are live on Facebook and YouTube. For Facebook, just type Cybersecurity Ghana, and YouTube, look for National Cybersecurity Center Ghana. And then on the web, it's on www.ncsamtv.live. ncsamtv.live. And our media partners include City FM, Joy News, Ghana Web, Home Base TV, Metro TV, TV Africa, Graphic Online, GBC, yen.com.gh, Katanka TV, and the new publisher. And just to go through some of the plans that we have for the next 1 month. After today, the next activity will be on Monday, where there will be the Child Online Protection Workshop for telecom service providers. Then on Tuesday, there will be the workshop on cyber hygiene best practices for school children. And on Wednesday, workshop on cyber hygiene best practices for parents and guardians. And then on Thursday, next week Thursday, we'll have the launch of data protection software, as well as on Friday, a media engagement focusing on child online protection and related cybercrime and cybersecurity issues. All will be held here at this venue and then streamed live on the platforms I mentioned earlier. May I now kindly call upon Mr. Christopher Lamora, who will be representing the ambassador of the U.S. in Ghana, to give us his remarks.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Honorable Minister for Gender, Children, Social Protection, Cynthia Morrison. Honorable Deputy Minister for Communications, Alexander Aban. UNICEF Country Director, Anne-Claire Dufay, Dr. Albert Nchui Bosiako. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am delighted to be here on behalf of the United States Embassy, among so many other colleagues, business leaders, members of the government of Ghana joining us both in person and virtually, and on behalf of my ambassador, Stephanie Sullivan, who's out of the country. Thank you for allowing us to participate in Ghana's National Cybersecurity Awareness Month opening event. I'd also like to thank the team at the National Cybersecurity Center for their excellent collaboration with the United States Embassy and government on these issues. Through our joint efforts, including those of the Security Governance Initiative that you have heard referenced a couple of times, we continue to work together with Ghana to strengthen cybersecurity and its capacity to fight cybercrime, improve Ghana's border and maritime security, and strengthen the administration of justice. As we've heard, the increased demand for internet connectivity during the COVID-19 pandemic has made secure digital technology more important than ever. The fact that we can engage virtually and accomplish so much is due to the phenomenal advances in information and communications technology over the past decade. And just as a personal aside, I will say, I am 51 years old. I have spent most of my adult life afraid of computers. I've spent most of that time thinking I was born too late for the technology of the world in which we live, and I've learned over the past 6 months of the COVID-19 pandemic that not only can I use the computer, but that I can use it effectively. Secretary of State of the United States, Mike Pompeo, noted earlier this year that technological advancements that provide greater internet connectivity also are an opportunity for exploitation by malicious actors. This is equally true for Ghanaians, Americans, and anyone else connected to the global internet. Businesses, governments, and private citizens around the world have come to depend on an internet that is open, interoperable, secure, and reliable. Digital technology and connectivity are critical to our daily lives and livelihood, and Ghana's future as a global leader. So we must actively protect against malicious actors seeking to exploit vulnerabilities. The cooperation between the United States and Ghana on cybersecurity and cybercrime has played a part in several recent high-visibility successes, like the arrest of the criminals behind the Empress Leak website and the disruption of a multi-million-dollar cyber fraud scheme. I offer my congratulations for bringing to justice those who have victimized the most vulnerable. These interventions not only required the cooperation between Ghana and international partners such as the United States, but also relied on the seamless interaction amongst Ghana's cybersecurity and law enforcement agencies. The Security Governance Initiative with which we cooperate with Ghana has championed interagency and interministerial cooperation since its launch here in Ghana in 2016, and the successes I just cited highlight the benefits of that approach. However, the biggest cybersecurity victories are very often invisible. It's nearly impossible to publish headlines touting the cyber attacks that didn't happen, the identities never stolen, the banks that weren't hacked. In this way, cybersecurity is a lot like public health, an analogy well suited to this month's cybersecurity in the era of COVID-19 theme. Effective prevention can give the impression that the threat isn't serious. But this overshadows the very active, very hard work of the professionals like those at the National Cybersecurity Center and the Computer Emergency Response Team, who are consistently and persistently monitoring and strengthening Ghana's defenses against the very real threats originating in cyberspace. Staying one step ahead of cyber criminals requires diligent work to identify, report, and ultimately eliminate vulnerabilities. We all share in this responsibility and must hold ourselves and others accountable for good cybersecurity habits in both our personal and professional lives. Cybersecurity Awareness Month is a great opportunity for all of us to renew that commitment. In fact, today, the United States is launching our own campaign for Cybersecurity Awareness Month. For us, the theme is "Do Your Part, Be Cyber Smart." While the slogans may be different, the intent behind Cybersecurity Awareness Month, both here in Ghana and in the United States, is the same: to enlist all digital technology users, including children, educators, business leaders, and government officials and entities, in the collective effort of cybersecurity. I'd like to once again thank everyone for participating not only in today's launch, but also in the many activities the planning team has lined up for the month ahead. The upcoming agenda reflects the inclusive, multi-stakeholder approach that Ghana has adopted in the pursuit of cybersecurity goals, and the United States is honored to work with our good friends in this effort. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Christopher Lamora from the U.S. Embassy here in Accra. Now, we wouldn't be talking about children and being online without getting the Ministry of Children, Gender, and Social Protection to be involved with this. And based upon this, we are honored to have the Minister for Gender, Children, and Social Protection and MP for Agona West, Honorable Cynthia Mamdi Morrison, to come give us her address. Madam.
Deputy Minister for Communication, representing the Minister for Communication. My sweetheart, representing the U.S. Ambassador. UNICEF rep, and all of them my sweetheart. So let me keep the protocols and also acknowledge the Ghana Police Service, who have been great support to the ministry. Media and all present, good morning. I am very honored to be part of this program aimed at launching the 2020 National Cybersecurity Awareness Month and the Child Online Protection. This issue of child online protection remains one of my paramount interests. It is for this reason I count my presence here at the 2020 National Cybersecurity Awareness Month as both refreshing and resounding privilege. The theme selected for this occasion, cybersecurity in the era of COVID-19, is appropriate for the celebration as it will assist us find pragmatic solutions to dangers lurking online for children. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as of 3rd April 2020, COVID-19 has led to at least 188 countries wide school closure, impacting more than 90% of world student population, including Ghana. Children and their families are relying on digital solutions more than ever to support children's learning, socialization, and play. While digital solution provides huge opportunities for sustaining and promoting children's rights, these same tools may also become children's exposure online threats. Similarly, many children learning experiences are being reshaped by the sudden introduction of remote learning, including television, radio, and other vital platforms as a substitute for the classroom. While older children may already be familiar with social media, COVID-19 has introduced younger children to social networking tools that may not be designed for them and for which they may have limited preparation. Parents and caregivers, meanwhile, are being asked to navigate their children's shift to online learning and recreation, while balancing work and other uncertainties related to the pandemic. Increased internet use can put children at greater risk of online harms such as sexual exploitation, cyberbullying, online risk behavior, potentially harmful content, inappropriate collection, use and sharing of data, and limited child safeguarding online. It is for this reason that the Ministry of Gender, Children, and Social Protection is happy to associate itself with this August program and to congratulate the Ministry of Communication and its partners for putting together this month-long event aimed at strengthening the child online protection system for our children. The launch of the Child Online Protection Reporting Portal is an indication of great stride undertaken by the country under the leadership of the Minister of Communication towards safeguarding and protecting the rights of our children online. As a ministry, we remain committed to the issues of child online protection and are working with partners to strengthen the legislative environment for the protection of our children in all settings. As you are aware, the government of Ghana, led by His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, remains resolute in supporting and protection of our children, as shown by his leadership of the National Cybersecurity Agenda. It is in line of this that I commend the collaboration between the Ministry of Communication, MDAs, development partners, sponsors, and media partners for the sustained efforts in uniting forces to strengthening Ghana's cybersecurity environment. Before I take my seat, I would also like to commend UNICEF Ghana for the immense support for child protection programs in the country, especially to Ghanaian Against Child Abuse, GACA, campaign, which has reached over 300,000 people with child online safety content via the GACA social media platform. We would like to also encourage children and adolescents to stay smart when using the internet. By staying smart, we mean stay safe by not giving your personal information online, not meeting up with strangers online, not accepting files from strangers, reliable source of information, and telling a trusted adult if someone is bothering you online. I thank you all for your presence and attendance, and hope that the agenda to strengthen Ghana's cybersecurity, especially on child online protection, will be carried to every home, community, and place. And in this country, let us not rest till every child is safe from violence, abuse, and exploitation on the internet. I thank you all. God bless us all, and God bless our homeland, Ghana.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister for Gender, Children, and Social Protection, Madam Cynthia Manley Morrison. So for the second week of this month's celebrations, the focus will be on Monday the 12th. We'll have the Cybersecurity Roundtable Forum that will look at the impact of COVID-19 on Ghana's digitalization agenda. Then on Tuesday, the 13th, we'll have the cybersecurity workshop on mobile money fraud. And the following day, the 14th, we'll have workshop on cybercrime schemes in the era of COVID-19. And on Thursday, there are two events. Workshop on maintaining policy online in the era of COVID-19. And then the Joint Freedom Online Coalition, FOC National Cybersecurity Center program on digital inclusion in the era of COVID-19. And on Friday, the 16th, there'll be a media engagement focusing on public-related cybercrime and cybersecurity issues. And then during the third week, we'll have a cybersecurity forum with industry players. And then on Tuesday, the 20th, there'll be the roundtable discussion on embracing change and digital transformation in COVID-19. Then on the 21st, which will be a Wednesday, there's a workshop on critical information infrastructure, protection, and resilience. And then on the Thursday, 22nd, the cybersecurity workshop for media personnel. Same day, the National Cybersecurity Assessment workshop. And then on Friday, 23rd, with a workshop on sectoral computer emergency response team set on lesson learned in the era of COVID-19. Ladies and gentlemen, we did hear from the UNICEF rep who mentioned the work that the Internet Watch Foundation is doing in conjunction with Ghana. And in that regard, maybe we can focus on the screens as we see a quick video on that partnership with the Internet Watch Foundation. And kindly put the slide.
I am delighted to be here representing IWF at this momentous occasion to celebrate the signing of Ghana's reporting portal contract. It makes it all the more special given that today is the launch of the National Cybersecurity Awareness Month. I applaud all those stakeholders present for their commitment to safeguarding children online. Reporting portals are more than just a mechanism for enabling people to report online images and videos of children being sexually abused. They are a symbol of action for a country. They are a symbol of how the people of a country regard the importance of children. They are also a symbol of digital citizenship and prosperity. It takes a community and a country of people to raise a child, and a community and a country to keep children safe. Therefore, I thank the Honourable Minister of Communication and indeed the Ministry of Communication for supporting this project. I thank the National Cybersecurity Centre for having enabled the launch of the portal. I thank UNICEF Ghana for their ongoing support, for having facilitated this great cooperation between IWF and the Government of Ghana. And I also thank those present today for demonstrating such commitment to the cause. You are taking steps to joining a global community of countries which provide a way for their citizens to report criminal imagery of children being sexually abused. It is our mission at the IWF to identify and remove this imagery, but we don't stop there. We build technology and provide services so that internet companies across the world can keep their customers safe whilst using their platforms. In this time of the COVID-19 pandemic, it's heartening to see such commitment. Our hotline has been receiving 50% more reports from the public over the past few weeks and months. Whilst we would have been delighted to be signing this contract today in person, it just hasn't been possible. But thanks to technology, we can all meet nonetheless. A key element of success of a reporting portal is to ensure that citizens know that there is a way that they can report this type of imagery. Awareness raising of the issue of online images and videos of child sexual abuse requires constant effort. And despite us running a reporting solution for this for the past 24 years, we still prioritise awareness raising. That brings me on to say that I am delighted to be signing on behalf of the IWF today in what is our 43rd reporting portal launching in Ghana. So the final thing I now need to say is thank you. Thank you for your proactive stance to fighting child sexual abuse imagery online.
Thank you very much, Police Band. May I again remind all of us that we are live on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram as well. On YouTube is National Cybersecurity Center Ghana. On Facebook is Cybersecurity Ghana. And on the web is ncsamtv.live. ncsamtv.live. And our partners for this month's celebrations include the ITU, the African Union, the Council of Europe, UNICEF, ECOWAS, the World Bank, National Communications Authority, NCA, National Information Technology Agency, NITA, Accra Digital Center, who are playing host to us, Data Protection Commission, Ghana Investment Fund for Electronic Communications, GEFEC, Ministry of Education, Criminal Investigation Department of the Ghana Police Service, Ghana Domain Name Registry, Security Governance Initiative of the U.S. government, and the Freedom Online Coalition. And our sponsors include CalBank, Surfline, Isaka, Zero Fox, Margins Group, Deloitte, Innovari, Tennessee, and the E-Crime Bureau, with our media partners including CTFM, Graphic Online, Joy News, GBC, Ghana Web Home-Based TV, Metro TV, yen.com.gh, TV Africa, Katanka TV, and the New Publisher. Now, to launch the Child Online Protection Reporting Portal and the National Cybersecurity Awareness Month 2020, may we kindly invite the Deputy Minister for Communications and MP for Gomoa West, Honorable Alexander K.K. Aban, to give us his address.
Thank you very much. Before I give the address, this may be a prologue. As I stand here, I'm in chat with somebody who is trying to defraud somebody. He claims to be a soldier who can assist my nephew to be enlisted in the armed forces. He's asking for some money to be paid by Momo and all that. So I was actually chatting him. Now. So the cybersecurity issues are always with us, every moment, every time. The Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection, Honorable Cynthia Mamle Morrison, the Secretary of Affairs of the United States Embassy, representing Her Excellency Stephanie Sullivan, Mr. Christopher Lamora, Country Representative of UNICEF Ghana, Ms. Anne-Claire Defay, the Chief, the National Cybersecurity Advisor, Dr. Nchibwe Siako, and all other protocols duly observed. Ladies and gentlemen, I read this on behalf of the Minister. All credits go to her, and if there are faults, they are mine. It is my esteemed privilege to welcome all of you to this year's edition of Ghana's National Cybersecurity Awareness Month, themed Cybersecurity in the Era of COVID-19. Hosting this event for the fourth consecutive time, starting in 2017 as a week-long event, is a feat I'm proud to be associated with. Our overarching theme for this year's event has been appropriately chosen to reflect the times we are in. I believe by now we have ascertained that the utilization of the internet has become an integral part of our daily lives, more so that of young people. Research from ITU and UNESCO in the 2019 report launched by the Broadband Commission for Sustainable Development Goals posits that more than 50% of the world's population is now online, whereas children constitute more than 30% of internet users. By 2020, another 1.2 billion new users would have been added to this figure, with children being the fastest growing online demographic. Evidently, the continuous reliance on the internet by people and nations around the world has become conspicuous over time. 2020 and the advent of the COVID-19 pandemic has further demonstrated how increasingly dependent governments, private sectors, and individuals are on technology. Indeed, reliance on ICT and the internet has led to immeasurable opportunities for citizens, especially children and young people who rely on the internet to conduct research, attend classes, study, and socialize, among others. Ladies and gentlemen, the theme for this year's event, cybersecurity in the era of COVID-19, is reflective enough, considering the circumstances we find ourselves in, where digital infrastructure has become the bedrock of our socio-economic development. In view of this new reality, cybersecurity across all sectors has become imperative. Ghana has already begun the process to secure its digital journey, and a number of initiatives have been implemented over the past 3.5 years of my stewardship as the Minister of Oversight responsibility over cybersecurity matters. Ghana launched the Safer Digital Ghana campaign in 2018 to create awareness among children, the public, businesses, and government. Ghana has also ratified 2 important international treaties on cybercrime and cybersecurity: the African Union Convention on Cybersecurity and Personal Data Protection, known as the Malabo Convention, and the Convention on Cybercrime, also known as the Budapest Convention. Ghana has also revised its national cybersecurity policy and strategy, and I intend to submit this document to Cabinet for consideration before the end of the year. My ministry, through the National Cybersecurity Center, has also revised the National Child Online Protection Framework, which has enhanced our preventive and reactive interventions in addressing child online safety issues. To further improve the regulatory regime for cybersecurity, my ministry has submitted a draft cybersecurity bill to Cabinet for consideration. Parliament is expected to consider the bill before the end of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, our work on cybersecurity at the domestic level has won admiration and commendation from the international community. The Council of Europe has recognized Ghana as the hub for cybercrime capacity building in the English-speaking ECOWAS region. The World Bank has praised Ghana's formative development in cybersecurity and has provided support to consolidate our modest gains. The World Economic Forum has identified Ghana for public-private sector partnership on cybersecurity. In February 2020, Ghana hosted the 8th Annual Freedom Online Conference, which brought together over 300 participants from 60 countries across the globe to engage in discussions around cybersecurity and digital rights. With Ghana at the helm, the conference placed emphasis on reviewing the current state of digital rights across Africa, as well as outlining strategies for improving digital rights on the continent and globally. During this event, Ghana, together with the government of Germany, launched the Digital Inclusion Statement, which has been adopted by FOC countries. Ghana has made great strides in contributing to global response to cybercrimes, and will continue to do so. In June this year, Ghana was nominated to serve on the Independent Advisory Committee of the Global Internet Forum to Counter Terrorism. Ghana's nomination to serve on the IAC of the GIFCT is another avenue to continue its sub-regional leadership role in improving cybersecurity across the globe. Ghana has also participated in a number of United Nations consultative processes on cybersecurity. One major achievement over the last year has been the successes that have emanated as a result of the launch of the Cybersecurity Incident Reporting Point of Contact. Exactly a year ago, I launched the POC to facilitate the reporting of cybercrime and cybersecurity incidents by the public. Since the operationalization of the POC, the National Cybersecurity Center has received countless cybersecurity incidents from the public. Key among these reports are online fraud, publication of non-consensual intimate images, also known as sextortion, online impersonation, malware attacks, online blackmail, website defacement, among others. Cumulatively, a total of 11,545 reports have been made through the POCs, or the point of contacts, between January and August 2020. Interestingly, a significant number of people called the National Cybersecurity Center through the point of contact to seek for guidance and direction in resolving cybersecurity incidents. Ladies and gentlemen, the arrests and the ongoing prosecution of the mastermind of the Empress League website is a direct result from the launch of the POC. As mentioned earlier, children and young people make up a significant percentage of internet users. Hence, in spite of some of these advantages mentioned, the utilization of the internet has led to children and young people becoming more and more threatened by child sexual abuse materials, whereby children are exposed to online sexual abuse through cyber grooming, cyber stalking, sexting, commercials, and gaming applications. That is why the 2020 National Cybersecurity Awareness Month launch is being done in tandem with the launch of the Child Online Protection Reporting Portal. The Internet Watch Foundation, IWF, reporting portal will be used to receive reports of CSAM available on the internet. This can enable reporting of cases to the appropriate organizations such as Facebook to ensure that the images are taken down. The portal, which will complement the POCs, will provide a safe platform for people to report suspected child sexual abuse materials. It is my firm belief that the National CERT will find the collaboration with the IWF beneficial in responding to cybersecurity incidents involving children. Ladies and gentlemen, the National Cybersecurity Center has adopted a hybrid approach of delivering this year's awareness campaign by combining both physical interactions under strict COVID-19 protocols and the use of available virtual platforms. A number of activities are planned for the month, including the launch of the Security Operations Center at the National Information Technology Agency, NITA, Cybersecurity Roundtable Forum on the impact of COVID-19 on Ghana's digital agenda, Cybersecurity Forum with industry players, Joint Freedom Online Coalition, program on digital inclusion, Joint Coalition Program on Digital Inclusion, joint engagements with SEI, MITRE, through the Security Governance Initiative, Council of Europe workshop on cybersecurity and electronic evidence handling for criminal justice sector, regional cybersecurity capacity and sensitization program, among others. In addition, there will be public engagements with children and parents on cyber hygiene best practices. There will also be a live broadcast of selected events, including a cybersecurity workshop on mobile money fraud through virtual and social platforms and media outlets. The need for this is as a result of the wider population's dependency on digital platforms. Hence, the National Cybersecurity Center, through the Ministry of Communication, will leverage on this development to intensify capacity building and awareness creation efforts. This will in turn equip the citizens with the risks associated in these perilous times and the countermeasures they can put in place. Most importantly, the event will go on to highlight what the government has achieved in the area of cybersecurity within the past 3.5 years. I hope you carefully look through the program outline, identify the events that fall within your scope, and participate actively in them. I wish to express my appreciation to UNICEF, the Council of Europe, the World Bank, United States government, and all our partners in supporting our journey to secure Ghana's digital development. In conclusion, I believe that the purpose of this gathering will continue to reaffirm the government's commitment to building a secure cyber ecosystem. On that note, I officially declare the 2020 edition of the National Cybersecurity Awareness Month and the IWF reporting portal to support child online protection efforts duly launched. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That's Honorable Alexander Keke Aban, Deputy Minister for Communications and the MP for Gomwa West. We are at the end of the program. This is a point where we take photographs, and then media interviews will be conducted after this as well. So for starters, though, we have a very simple order for the photographs that will be taken in-house here. The first will be the speakers from the high table. We kindly ask you just stand here. Photographers, this works for you, right? So the speakers will be here first for the first photo. Afterwards, they'll be joined by reps from UNICEF, the US Embassy, the Council of Europe, as well as the National Cybersecurity Technical Working Group. Thank you very much. Members of the National Cybersecurity Technical Working Group, please join them. Please join them as well. Members of the National Cybersecurity Technical Working Group, please join them. As well as reps from UNICEF and our partners who are present here, including IWF as well. Please join us. The Ministry of Agenda, Ministry of Education. Join us up here. Should some go down? Thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming by. And as Deputy Minister mentioned, please go through the agenda for the program. Some you can join online, others you can join by being here with us. And on behalf of the National Cybersecurity Secretariat, on behalf of the advisor and the Ministry of Communications, thank you so much for coming by for the launch of the National Cybersecurity Awareness Month. We'll be here all month. May I kindly call for us to conclude this properly, I will kindly ask my brother Nechao Fanas. Nechao, are you here? Nechao is still here. Please come by. We should have taken a closing prayer before this person.
And leave a positive impact on we the individuals, our societies at large, and the country as a whole. Let's pray. ربنا عليك توكلنا وإليك أنبنا وإليك المصير. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما كثيرا. آمين. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين الحمد لله رب العالمين. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much. Nechao Fanas.
Once again, I'm delighted to welcome you all to this year's edition of our National Cybersecurity Awareness Month, Climax Week. This is the continuation of the journey we began in 2017 towards securing our digital economy. And this year's celebration is being held under the theme, demonstrating Ghana's cybersecurity readiness. We haven't yet arrived, but it highlights the specific milestones that we have achieved in improving our state of cybersecurity readiness, despite the challenges, including the lack of dedicated funding for cybersecurity.
Since assuming power in 2017, my government has been working to transform our economy into a self-reliant one. Hence, our reference to a Ghana beyond aid, which will be driven largely by technology. My government has rolled out a number of initiatives geared towards transforming how we interact with each other, do business, and provide various services. Some of these initiatives include digital property addressing system, national identification system, paperless court system, e-justice system, e-procurement system, mobile money interoperability system, integrated tax application and preparation system, among other e-government initiatives. We must accordingly take full advantage of the opportunities all these initiatives bring for economic growth and sustainable development.
Your presence here today at the formal opening of the National Cybersecurity Awareness and Advancement is a reflection of our collective commitment to cybersecurity in this country. Most importantly, the importance that we all attach to continuous engagement towards enhancing the state of Ghana's cybersecurity readiness. I would like to thank you and officially welcome you for taking time off your busy schedules to honor our invitation and for gracing this event.
And all children are using the internet at home. So we need to get guardians, we need to get people to facilitate their progress while they use the internet in work.
The portal that has been launched, what is going to be your protocol the issue of protecting children against online attacks?
Number one, every child should be protected in a way. Because of curiosity, even we with adults, when our children are online, the fact that they have their mobile phones, they have their computers, we should make sure that we have code on their computers so that they don't exploit beyond where we want them to reach. And so when we are giving access to children to use whatever means to communicate or to study, there should be a code to prevent them from moving into an area where adults have access to. When the child has to file a complaint or report, yes, is there an area that you want to prioritize as far as my priority is that we should make sure that the children do not go beyond the boundary where children should not go. We should not let the children move into the adult sector. I don't understand if that is what you want. think those. With the Facebook, children are exposed to Facebook. I agree with them to be on Facebook, but we should also make sure, even with adults, because Honorable Aban, whilst he was speaking, he was chatting someone on Facebook, and that same person is proving as if he's a military person. And so with our children, we should have to let them know that there are faces beyond the Facebook that are not the faces that they think they are. And so it's education, because now, even me, people are using my picture. And sometimes I can't even differentiate. I look at the picture and they are my pictures. And so we need to put a code on it. I am not a security expert and I'm not a computer expert. But we need to put a code where the children will not go beyond, or the children can identify the fake from the reality.
My final question, now with the collaboration with the Internet Watch Foundation, how are you going to start the campaign? And what would be, are there any other stakeholders you're working with to protect children?
Yeah, we have a Department of Gender. We have a Department of Gender, and then we have the Department for Children. The Department of Gender is working with the adults, like the parents, and then the Department of Children are working with the school teachers, together with the students themselves, to let them know what it is, because some children are not exposed to computer, others are exposed to computer. So we start the education with the teachers who are monitoring the students, and also the Department of Gender is also looking at the adults, the parents at home who are also monitoring their children.
Is there going to be a special recommendation to Parliament as far as budget is concerned to also address it?
Budget, because our budgets are constrained, but they have to up our budgets so we can enter into those fields, because members of parliament are even being abused on the internet, Facebook, they're using our portal, they're using our pictures and all that. So I think it's about money. We have our development partners also with us helping us. And so it's not all going to fall on government. Some is also going to fall on our development partners. Who is doing tree? When you're asking the questions, sweetheart, I am my mask and I'm going questions on why.
Once again, I'm delighted to welcome you all to this year's edition of our National Cybersecurity Awareness Month, Climax Week. This is the continuation of the journey we began in 2017 towards securing our digital economy. And this year's celebration is being held under the theme, demonstrating Ghana's cybersecurity readiness. We haven't yet arrived, but it highlights the specific milestones that we have achieved in improving our state of cybersecurity readiness, despite the challenges, including the lack of dedicated funding for cybersecurity.
Since assuming power in 2017, my government has been working to transform our economy into a self-reliant one. Hence, our reference to a Ghana beyond aid, which will be driven largely by technology. My government has rolled out a number of initiatives geared towards transforming how we interact with each other, do business, and provide various services. Some of these initiatives include digital property addressing system, national identification system, paperless court system, e-justice system, e-procurement system, mobile money interoperability system, integrated tax application and preparation system, among other e-government initiatives. We must accordingly take full advantage of the opportunities all these initiatives bring for economic growth and sustainable development.
Your presence here today at the formal opening of the National Cybersecurity Awareness Month
school na teachers so wo good work catch one on so me gizi them from me obotwe won ho afi hu na he ne ntarehye me so oyantan awofuna so ne yeto mama from man e bo hwe ntarehye ne me ye ba mama pe da me kan ye de se abofra ba sha atarpo na no hu gu ho a onu nche de benyin e wo ho kwan de zo saka kan abofra ban because wa sha atare no hu gu mbra wo ho de so bi eyi no hu mpo na se oye wa kono na se nyene da mbran na so nsun da nyene da mbran ne chi wa sumpo no ma ne consent a oye rape mbran nyu bedi nti man dream de onam da obi eyi no hu anade atare ohye no hu gu ho anade oye wa oye attractive in tin e take opportunity na nyi dem nyi panakada mbran nyu bedi. Oh, your Ministry for Gender, your Children's Department. Inti Sasembia Ba, a report or Yeshane news, any drops of Fusun and one Yajuma, send on the police for hand. It's Assembly of BCBA and you want to casa, almost what be means it's a parent Biampo or problem, one name bumping team and nobody shema, or by Department of Gender, Children Department, and you me and you are phone to, and you want it in common a church and one. I will phone us all problem, gender and BC Afuna one so also to food. Now, any drops to Sudan Mamaka to be on one swap to our aid noble boy. Thank you. Are we done? Chair, we have computer first. I won't be some computer, no question.
Please, are we ready? So I'm ready for the first question. Cybersecurity Fund, yes, is one of the agendas of the Minister for Communications, but that will come together with the Cybersecurity Bill. So it's the Cybersecurity Act that will establish the Cybersecurity Fund. So we are expecting that once the Cybersecurity Bill, which is currently in Cabinet, is considered and is passed by Parliament, then the issue have the Cybersecurity Fund legally established.
In your submission, you said that over 11,500 online attacks or cases have been recorded from January to August this year. How many involved children?
Very well. That's very important. This data is aggregated data of all those who made contact to the National Cybersecurity Center, both in reporting incident, but also those who needed some guidance to prevent the incident. If you take incidents that that's of which children are involved, we're talking of even some of them mobile money fraud involving children, meaning some of our SCHS students below the age of 18. But there are also incidents involving the usual extortion and online sexual abuse and exploitation images. We are looking at about 20% of the total data, but not only the online sexual exploitation, but children reporting cybersecurity incident to us, whether it's online sexual exploitation, but also children experiencing fraud on the internet, including mobile money.
And how many of these cases have been prosecuted?
That is an important thing. I think the US rep made an important point. In fact, I was quite happy because he did mention that the greatest victory in cybersecurity is not seen. In other words, out of this more than 11,000 cases, I think about 5,000 involve the work that the National Set did by providing guidance to the public to prevent the potential cybersecurity incidents. In terms of prosecution, currently we have 3 cases, but we have also a lot more of these cases currently under investigation. I think in the course of the year, you'll be hearing more arrests and prosecutions. But I think the focus really here, as part of our national cybersecurity awareness campaign, is the awareness. Let's use the data. The kind of fraud that we are experiencing, based on the report that have come in, mobile money fraud, online impersonation, once we intensify our awareness creation, we can prevent or detect about 75% of the cases. They are using social engineering schemes. Imagine a university graduate paying money to somebody who he or she has met on Facebook, saying that the Minister for Communication intends to give you a job, but you need to pay 200, 500 Ghana cedis to be considered. These are not real. In fact, even the armed forces and others, police recruitment is done online. So why then do you go ahead paying the amount of money? That is the essence of the National Cybersecurity Awareness Month. I think we should be dwelling more on the preventive measures, and that is why awareness creation is key. Even in advanced countries like the US, the UK, Singapore, Malaysia, Israel, law enforcement are not able to handle more than 20 to 25% of cybercrime cases. So we need to be mindful and measure our expectations with respect to arrest and prosecution. However, arrest and prosecution is certainly a deterrent, and we will continue to collaborate with law enforcement to pursue that agenda. But broadly, we need to really intensify awareness creation efforts, and I think we need the media on board to do so.
Now, finally, you have launched an online child protection portal. What does it entail? How do you go about it?
Well, the IWF portal is a web platform that has got more than 40 countries linked together. IWF has contact with a number of countries, but also technology platforms. So when, let's say, an image of a Ghanaian child, a naked image of a Ghanaian child is found on Facebook, it's likely and it can be very quick for us to work through the IWF to get the image removed from the internet. So I think we have connected to that international platform that will facilitate our reporting of incidents that involve children, but also removal. That's the most important aspect of that. It's not only removal, that collaboration can also aid with prosecutions if we need to obtain evidence from other jurisdictions or technology firms to assist the law enforcement. So it is complementing our domestic effort. Remember last year, the minister launched the point of contact which has produced this 11,500 plus incidents. The IWF is complementing that particular platform just to connect us to international databases to facilitate removal.
Last question. I'm sorry. Yes.
Children exploited online or are very vulnerable online. Have we done any work?
Yeah, I think UNICEF has done a study, and I think 1 out of 3 people have experienced one form of online sexual exploitation or one form of online safety issue in Ghana. It's not only about the sexual content, but bullying. Online bullying as well is very key. Remember, caricature of, some people on the internet, but also contact with some predators on the internet. But sometimes also their own contact, some of the images they are seeing at that age, the children are not, psychologically mature to have certain exposure. So yeah, we call this online harmful content. And I think almost every child, one way or the other, because the awareness creation level is quite weak. Parents, guardians, teachers, we do not know to even extend that kind of awareness to children. It is a big problem. And they are the most vulnerable within the ecosystem. That is why we've particularly focused on them, especially this year. And UNICEF has been very supportive in terms of that collaboration, and it has really yielded quite a number of dividends. I think that is one of the important areas we can really account on our results in terms of last year engaging with more than 40,000 SHS students, and the feedback was great. I had the opportunity to sit in some of them, and I think the problem is huge, I must admit, and even advanced countries are struggling. I think we can only do our best at one point, and we can only do that together. But also, if I can emphasize, it's not only a technology problem, folks. It is also a social problem, and that is why the media may come in to encourage parents to build trust among their children so that they can also help them and support them in some of these difficult situations. Thank you. All right.
To a Ghana beyond aid, which will be driven largely by technology. MICA has rolled out a number of initiatives geared towards transforming how we interact with each other, do business, and provide various services. Some of these initiatives include digital property addressing system, national identification system, paperless court system, e-justice system,
Na say no, your Electronic Transaction Act, which ma provisions or a bois ma say obi a bonitia abufra online say Empress Leaks issue no. We are using Electronic Transactions Act and they prosecute you. Boom. But sanya okay no yes cybersecurity bill no because I say weaknesses or existing legislation no blackmail anyway if you are share current legislation and yet very strong. In this cybersecurity bill now minister the call cabinet no say parliament to me a pass here no a bit to me as I enhance the regime of enforcement. Any application of the law, Ebema Ubia Obidi Bonibia, no, your Timmy says, I didn't to for 10 years, 5 years, and I be a Timmy higher there. Now, I know you're one part. Oh, Ghana ecosystem, no, knowledge, awareness, war, Sanima, a minima. Obus as a day in a cyberman. Knowledge or criminals, small social engineering schemes, and they take people's money. They lure people to share their naked images. Basic. And once we are able to get to the people, to the community, educate them, especially in Kola, well, they don't know their left and right. They are still children, and by children we mean that they are under guidance. Once we are able to intensify the awareness creation, explaining the risks, the dangers on the internet to them, no. Ebema so I they actually kakra. And so say ma on any sana, say prosecuted because my case a challenge. Normally we expect the law enforcement when there is a case quickly. On children now they if I show any easy sir. So what even American for Britain for Israel. Right now, I was scared. I was a near man. You fight this animal. And you say cybercrime this year now much. In fact, we besides the Empress Leaks, that Ben Namu here. And it took 6 months and son of Mutimiachino. In fact, that was the quickest. And if people knew how the cybercrime world works and come back appreciated the work that the center and the CID did in bringing that to it. The Ministry of Communications, expectation is that you bet me focus on more awareness creation. Every year, in fact, the minister has said we should be doing this every month. Okay, COVID-19 to slow it down, but now we found our way, we found our level with COVID-19 in terms of the use of virtual platforms. Yeah, sure, so going forward, we can do more of this. But it's important we work with the media, especially awareness creation, internet safety for children. Mun take it up as some responsibility. Absolutely. Yeah, Juma Bebre from 2 and the past 3.5 years. Well, Ghana is a rule of law. Without Mrano, Bibia Inye, and you're building institutional framework. You are ceded to the Budapest Convention. You ratify Malabo Convention. You set it up set. Well, you need the legislation now backing on it. So now you build upon that. And I know the here. So you pass a law now. It can weaken our efforts. All the effort that we made, we put up a policy. You need the legislation to make sure that the gains that have been made are consolidated, right? Yeah, program lineup. 4 weeks. This week, child online protection, internet safety for children. I don't know a discussion, but also the parents so that they can also appreciate some of these issues. Second week, for public. Mobile money fraud, general cybercrime schemes are also or maimu discussed. The third week focus on business. Not the last week so workshops be or government representatives and also to protect their environment. Right.
So what is the move more here on sexually suggestive comments? I'm up posting color pictures and say, okay, say it's just a joke or it's part of the Ghanaian culture. What are some of the things you're doing in tracking that?
I assume because there is a thin line between the crime and freedom of expression. So, but once those cases come up, the law enforcement will examine that. So almost share now about down criminality, then the law will take what it costs. But I mean, I don't think it's appropriate. Say, children images anyway, people making comments. Certainly it's not acceptable. But in terms of the burden of criminality, there are criminal procedures. It has to meet the threshold for that thing to be considered what? As a crime. And no, the law enforcers can take it up. So but I think we should raise education. I don't think that level is appropriate to make those comments. It could have psychological impact on the child. And I think from that angle, I can say that is not the best approach. Right.
Thank you.
Yes. No, I can't sort yet. No. If anything, I want to.
Procurement system, mobile money interoperability system, integrated tax application and preparation system, among other e-government initiatives. We must accordingly take full advantage of the opportunities all these initiatives bring for economic growth and sustainable development.
Your presence here today at the formal opening of the National Cybersecurity Awareness and Compliance Week is a reflection of our collective commitment to cybersecurity in this country. Most importantly, the importance that we all attach to continuous engagement towards enhancing the state of Ghana's cybersecurity readiness. I would like to thank you and officially welcome you for taking time off your busy schedules on our invitation for gracing this event.